Hi everyone, this is Homerino Collectibles, and you are tuning into the review of the Transformers Generations Thrilling 30 Orion Pax. Now, as you can see, this is the version that does not come with the comic book. It still has the same artwork, but on the packaging it is actually on the card, and it does not come with that little Spotlight comic book. Now that's because I got this from Toys R Us in the UK. I actually got this figure for free because when I got my Masterpiece Soundwave, I got a £15 off coupon, so I got this for free. And then because I was getting my nephew his first Christmas present, and it was 3 for 2 on Hasbro stuff, I also got Transformers Prime Viacon for free. So that was pretty cool, 2 Transformers for free, but I would have got it off Amazon or somewhere, just like I got my Megatron, because those ones I think are American imports or something, because they do come with the comic books. But as I say, it was free, so I didn't mind too much, but obviously I would like that Spotlight comic. And then obviously on the back of the box here, because it's the European version, you get all the different languages, so you only get a tiny little bio which just clings to the idea of a free Cybertron. Yeah, that kind of annoys me because you guys know, if you watch my Marvel Legends reviews, I don't like the European packaging because you don't get any bios or anything whatsoever. But as you can see, it is number 2 in the wave. You don't get any photos on the bottom of anything else either, so yeah, it is the weaker of the two versions of this, but anyway, let's go on to Orion Pax himself. So here he is, and I gotta say, there's only one thing that I can find wrong with this, and that is something I'll get to later on in the review to do with the transformation. But it comes with 2 accessories. It comes with a very Optimus Prime-esque blaster. One thing is, I see Orion Pax as, like we do in G1, as this worker who then gets killed by Megatron and then gets turned into Optimus Prime. So as Orion Pax, he wouldn't have weapons, and in this case he comes with 2 of them. But I don't know what he's like in the current IDW comics. He may have already been fighting or something, I have no idea. But yeah, if you have any answers for that, as to why this guy comes with weapons, then leave a comment below telling me why. But yeah, really do like the fact that it does come with 2, because we get a lot of Transformers these days that come with pretty crap weapons or no weapons at all. So yeah, we get 2, and this is something really nice that you could display with a War for Cybertron figure, this really nice orange axe. And I just love how G1-esque this Ion Blaster is here, but they can get plugged onto the sides here and here. It looks okay, but it's not great. But the detail of this thing is awesome. So you got really nice silver paint application on the rims, on the bumper, on the side of the vehicle, and the grille. Nice painted headlights and everything. Love that Autobot logo there. And the red and blue are just perfect. The only thing is, this is like a differently molded plastic. It's more of like a kind of matte red, a slightly different shade and different feel, but it's just a shoulder connector piece, so it may be a piece that's just a bit less brittle. I'm fine with it though. It doesn't look too out of place. That I keep looking at in the corner of my eye, and I swear to God, it looks like a G1 rub symbol, but it's obviously not. But on the original G1 toy of Optimus Prime, obviously the rub symbol went over. It was like on the underneath of the head, on the top of the truck, and that's exactly where that is. So if that is actually what that is in ode to, then that is pretty awesome. On original pictures, I wasn't too fussed about these. I thought it looked a lot like the Transformers Prime sort of Beast Hunters jetpack thing, but actually it does look really good, and it just nicely fills up the back of the truck. I do wish that they had put a bit of red on these lights here, just to give it a bit of different look there at the back. And in robot mode on the legs, it would just look nice if you just had a little bit of red there. But for the most part, this is really nice, feels really solid, and this gap in the front here, I wish that this stored. Now you can see this line here. I wish that that actually came apart, because without it, look at how perfect fit that would be. You know, you could put the front of the gun in there somewhere, and then the rear of the gun sitting in there. It would be perfect, you know, without that front piece. If that went in there, you'd have awesome weapon storage, but it doesn't. It's not a deal breaker. Now the transformation of this is pretty cool, and it also includes the one thing that I find it's not wrong, you know, it's nothing bad about the figure. It's just with the head, it's just a little scary sometimes when transforming it. So to start with, what we want to do is all of this is going to become part of the legs. So we want to just split the front. They're sort of like hooked into one another. It's not just straight pegs, they're sort of little hooks. And then you can flip up these two pieces right here, and then they just swing over the tyres like so, revealing a very Mad Max-ish sort of buggy look there. And then what we want to do is unpeg the arms from the feet, and then we can lower this whole section down. We want to turn it at the waist. Just bring it up so you can see what I'm doing a bit better here. And then you can split the legs. On the back we have the feet, so we're going to bring those down, swing them around, and then you can just pose them however you want. And these pieces just fold down and clip in. And there you have the legs done. So moving up to the torso now, what we're going to do is bring this whole section up. It's sort of clipped in, and as you bring it up, fold the wheels to the back like so, and then you can bring the arms round. They just swivel round, and then they sort of just hook over the side mirrors there. And then you're just going to bring this whole section down and lock it in. It's a very, very secure click. And then you can just rotate the arms, and then you have a very nice G1-esque looking paint scheme there, and I'm going to go over that in a bit more detail in a second. And you just bring out the fists there. There's nice little, if you don't have very long fingernails, there are little hooks there that you can pull them out with. Now this is the scary part. This opens up, you can hear that click. It doesn't feel like it's a very soft click, you know, it's a very tough click, you know, and then you have to do it again to lock that into place, and it's very hard, brittle plastic, so over time I don't know if anything in there is going to get stressed. It's basically just a little tab on the end of this piece here that's locking into the chest, and it's even worse when you're pushing down, because you kind of have to, you can push directly there, but it's very hard to get to, so the easier way is to just push on this piece here. Now this piece isn't the bit that would break, but I don't know how much stress you'd be putting down on here, so just be very, very, very careful of that. And if you can hear a noise, there's a plane right outside. But yeah, this is the fully transformed Orion Pax, and it looks very, very awesome. Now these pieces, you can actually take them off if you don't want them on. So they slide off like so. So if you want a more cleaner looking arm instead of having that on, then you can do, and you can take it off of vehicle mode, but it just looks very strange, and then they just slide back on very, very easily, and they can only slide on one way, you can't get it wrong. So yeah, he looks really, really awesome. And as I said, there's only that one bad part about him. Everything else is so cool. The look of him, you can use him as an Optimus Prime, an Orion Pax, whatever you want, but he looks so incredible. He's got G1 written all over him, and thank God for the Generations line. They really have produced something incredible here. I know the old Classics Prime was really, really awesome. I don't have it, but I do have the Ultra Magnus. This is just so cool, And the size of him, I'll just do a quick little size comparison to that Viacon that I said I had free, because it's something that I know a lot of people will have. As you can see, he is a slightly smaller deluxe, but as Orion Pax, that suits his character so well. And he can hold his weapons extremely well. So there's his blaster, and there is the Energon axe. So articulation of this guy then. The head, it is a little harder to get to because you've got this back piece and everything, but if you've got smaller fingers like me, you can get around. So it turns around a full 360 as much as you can get it to, and then it's got a little bit of up and down and side to side movement. He rotates at the waist, he moves a full 360 at the shoulder, in and out. He's got a swivel at the bicep. He has a ratcheted elbow that moves forward and back, and the hands due to transformation can go in and out, and they can also swivel all the way around. And then the legs, you have a ball jointed hip, so you can get really good movement there. You have, well, on that ball joint you have a swivel just underneath, so you have a swivel thigh, and then you have movement at the knee, which isn't a full 90 degrees, but it's enough. And then you have a ball joint and the swivel due to transformation down here at the foot, so you can get a lot of motion out of that. You can get wide stances because he's got the ankle pivot and everything left and right. So an amazingly articulated figure. You know, I mean, you don't see this in Transformers these days. You know, he's so solidly built. There is no kibble. He feels solid. Nothing feels like he's going to break except for, as I said, the transformation of the head. But if you don't transform him 100 times a day, then that shouldn't really be a problem. I've got no stress marks on any of the joints. None of the joints are super loose. None of them are too tight. It's perfect for playing with or for holding different poses and everything, you know, just on a shelf. And, you know, like I said, it just feels so solid, and to have that good articulation, you can get him into any poses that you want and it will fit any collection, whether you're a kid or whether you just need an Orion Pax in your collection. This is a figure that you really do need. So for some close-up details, just look at that head sculpt. I am all about head sculpts. The head of a figure makes that figure, and this is so Orion Pax. This thing looks absolutely incredible. As always, it has clear light piping at the back and painted eyes, so nothing new there. I am really glad that they did paint the eyes, because obviously with it being a smaller figure and those eyes being quite small, it wouldn't benefit from any light piping whatsoever, so I am glad that they did decide to paint those. And then this chest piece just looks absolutely incredible. I mean, it looks exactly like Generation 1 Optimus Prime, with all these, you know, the yellow crotch and the yellow arrows on his arms and everything, and just the overall look. But then it also looks exactly like Orion Pax from G1. It's just the best mixture of the two, and, you know, with the weapons, you can make an amazing Optimus Prime with this figure. It's just absolutely incredible. So that's it for the review of the Transformers Generations Thrilling 30 Orion Pax. As I said, 100% recommended, and whoever you are, whether you want a figure that's great for playing with and is not going to break if you're younger, and if you're an older collector and you really need an Orion Pax, or even just a different Optimus Prime in your collection, this will suit you perfectly, whatever age, whatever collector, and whatever your needs be. These guys are really cheap. As I said, you got deals going at Toys R Us if you're in the UK, so you can pick them up for free just like I did. And, you know, they're just incredible. I obviously do recommend going for a different version that you can get the Spotlight comic with, and I do really want it, but for getting it for free, this is the best figure that I've ever had for free. And personally, right now, this is my favourite Optimus Prime, barring 1 or 2. And obviously, it's the best Orion Pax I've ever seen, so really recommend that you guys get this. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, a like, or even subscribe if you do like the video and want to see more. I'll be getting the Viacon review up soon, because that is just an incredible figure, and probably, as of right now, my favourite Decepticon So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.